Hello, my darlings. Let's go ahead and get straight into your reading. What is the theme for today, for today's message? What's the message for today? We've got, apple, risk and reward. How delicious. Jack-o'-lantern, protection. And joy, rejoicing in the present. Okay. All right. Let's read the messages that come with these. Joy. All right. Joy says, besides the who of a not-so-scary trick-or-treating ghost on Halloween evening, one of the most common sounds you'll hear is laughter. There is so much joy at Halloween, and it can be one of the most fun nights of the year if we allow that into our lives. We lead busy lives, whether we are studying, running a household, have a demanding job, or all of them at once. It seems there's little time for us to stop, be present, and enjoy exactly where we are at this time. It has been said that the first step of real change is stopping and acknowledging that we actually need change. Whilst sometimes we may feel that there's little to feel happy about and much to change, we can always feel grateful for something right now. And there is power in that position. It is time to find the joy in this moment and to find that joy more often. Should this card come up in your divination, it heralds arrival of more happiness and profound joy into your life. It is a good omen. Actively seek pleasure and build more of the things that give you personal joy and laughter in your life. After all, we build in appointments for the dentist. Why not for our own pleasure? Ooh, okay. So make time for pleasure. And then apple, risk and reward. Sounds like somebody's taking a risk for pleasure or joy. Let's find out. So apples says, apples have been a symbol of Samhain for a very long time. Apples, when cut in half, have a seed pattern that looks like a pentagram, and so the Celts held the fruit to be sacred. Bobbing for apples, a game traditionally played at Halloween, has its origins in the Samhain festival and is one of the oldest associated with the celebration. The traditional way to play is to place 3 or 13 apples into a barrel of water, and the game is to try and bite an apple whilst it floats and bobs in the water. Hands must not be used, and people often compete with each other, bobbing at the same time. It is believed that the Romans brought the custom to Britain, and there are quite a few images recorded through art of this activity of both cultures. It was said that unmarried women who placed the apples they had bobbed under their pillow would dream of their future husband. In Newfoundland, some parts of Ireland even today, Halloween is called Snap Apple Night. Candy apples, apple on a stick covered in toffee, although not quite as popular now as they once were as Halloween fare, are now making a comeback as a fun and simple treat to prepare on this night. Apples have been an iconic part of mythos from ancient times to modern. The story of the poison apple in Snow White, to the Roman goddess Pomona's magical apple tree, to the Christians' tempting fruit in the Garden of Eden. Should you receive this apple in your reading, it's time to look at how risk plays out in your life. Are you hedging your bets and not trying anything new? Do you want change but are not willing to change anything? Are you willing to risk to get a greater reward? Or alternatively, are you risking too much, too often? All right, let's look at the jack-o'-lantern. Protection. So this one says, Halloween wouldn't be the same without the carving of pumpkins into scary jack-o'-lanterns. Glowing menacingly from porches, dinner tables, and porches everywhere, jacks actually have a rich history and a spiritual bent. The original term for jack-o'-lantern was a will-o'-the-wisp, an old British term. The will-o'-the-wisp was a small bundle of sticks used as a flame or torch. The Celts, the Irish, and those living in the Scottish Highlands all carved winter vegetables, not just pumpkins, but also parsnips, carrots, or beets. The time around Samhain, or Halloween, was of course when the fae and goblins were said to be roaming wild, and so the lanterns were intended to be both scary, scaring off the undesirable, and to light the way in the dark. Today, carving pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns has become an art in itself and a true icon of Halloween. Intricate designs, both scary and funny, can be found in almost every home that celebrates the holiday. Both electric light and candles now illuminate the inside of the lanterns. Know that you are protected and that you are capable of creating the life that you want, and that the universe supports you in this should Jack shine his light upon you. Boundaries are important to teach people how to treat us, and drawing this card indicates that you may wish to renew the ones you have or to establish new ones. How interesting. So we have Spirit asking us, how often do we follow our joy? How often do we follow our pleasure? What risks are we willing to take for that pleasure, for that joy? Are we protecting ourselves? Are we drawing boundaries? Interesting. Let's see. Let's get some cards. Give me a couple of cards for joy. 7 of Pentacles. Another card. The Knight of Cups. A couple of cards for Apple. 7 of Wands. King of Swords. A couple of cards for Jack-o'-lantern. We've got 4 of Wands. Ooh, okay. One more for Jack. 6 of Cups. How interesting. With the King of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles, Death card, King of Wands, 5 of Wands, 8 of Wands, Strength card, the World and the Magician, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. If you're a subscriber, this goes hand in hand with the other collective I already uploaded today. It definitely does, because this is somebody who is a King of Swords. They are very much in their head, not wanting to take a risk, because they're focused on finances. They're focused on material things. They're focused on status. And I think there's somebody single. I wouldn't say that they're married, because with the 9 of Pentacles, they're definitely single, but they want to keep it that way. And the Death card is here because, like, no, it's time to change that, though. This is the time for your bachelorhood, your singlehood. It's time to end. I don't think this person is pleased with that. If you notice, they show up as King of Swords, King of Pentacles, King of Wands. They're not showing up as a King of Cups, which tells us that this is somebody who's used to following their pleasure, used to following their money, used to following their head, their dick, but they don't follow their heart. They battle with it instead. Because you see, this is an internal battle. There's a cloud here with their face in it because they are battling themselves. They want to run after someone, or after some. I think it's someone, because I'm telling you, this is the story. It's a lot more detailed than the other one, and they're holding back. Look at the lion's face. It's like, I'm in pain. I think it physically pains them to hold back. I mean, like, blue ball. That's what I mean. This person ends up with a blue balls a lot. I shouldn't take joy in that, but I do. Because this is a lesson, and they know this. They know that to match with, look, Queen of Swords. The person they're trying to match with is not opening up. And they have all the tools to get this person to open up, but it's going to be like an obstacle course. And they don't want to run an obstacle course. They don't want to face challenges. So they're like, no, thank you. And Spirit's like, oh, you think you have a choice? Oh, that's funny. That is hilarious that you think you have a choice. Because 7 of Pentacles and Knight of Cups, this is somebody who's put in a lot of time and energy, right? Into joy, they just want to be in the present. They want to be in the here and now. They don't want to think about the future unless it has to do with their money. Then they'll think about the future. But when it comes to love, they're just like, look, I feel like this is somebody who's like in love with the idea of love. They love the beginning stages of it. They love the dating. They love the romance. They love the tension that builds between a couple. They love the surrender. And then they're done. They're not going to move past that. They're very protective of themselves because they feel like anything else would be too much of a risk. They'll risk for joy. They'll risk for pleasure, but they won't risk for commitment. Which tells us that this person has probably been hurt before, or They themselves have either been hurt or they grew up, because we got the Six of Cups. This is something that's been instilled in them in childhood. They grew up around a father who was severely abused by their mother, or watching that, seeing that in other people. A lot of abuse in marriage, or taking advantage of people who don't have boundaries. And so they feel like, I have to protect myself. I have to appear like this scary thing because I don't want relationship. I want the connection without the relationship. Got us a little Peter Pan, huh? Clarify King of Pentacles. Let's see. Six of Cups, see? Clarify King of Pentacles. Oh. See, it's the truth. It's the truth. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. I had a cover because it was cold, but now it's hot. So this person's plan worked up until they met somebody that Six of Cups, they connected to their inner child, and now they're really, I feel distraught. I don't know why distraught is what comes up, but that's what comes up. They're distraught because this Queen of Swords that came out over here is somebody that makes their inner child happy, which our inner child is the very core of our being, which means that at the very core of their being, nothing will now give them the joy that this queen gives them. And that's the truth. And they're realizing that now. Clarify Seven of Pentacles. The Hermit. Ooh, and Ten of Swords. Oh, yeah. Look at this. What did I tell you? Ace of Wands. This is somebody who has lived life as some sort of bachelor, some sort of, maybe not all of their life, but at least, I would say at least 7 years of it, possibly 9, maybe 10, multiple years, from 7 to 10 years, they've lived this way. With the Hermit, they're used to that. They're used to being alone. They're used to doing their own thing. This is safe for them. I'm telling you, they have been betrayed before. Not only have they been betrayed before, but I think they also saw it in childhood. So they just don't think relationships are worth the investment. They don't think commitment is all that it's cracked up to be, which is understandable because there's a lot of unhealthy connections out there. Let's be real. But not all connections are unhealthy. Clarify Knight of Cups. Hanged Man. Clarify Knight of Cups. King of Wands. Page of Pentacles. 5 of Swords. See, now they're in a conundrum, is what I'm feeling. Because the Hanged Man, they've kept themselves this way for a pretty considerable amount of time, right? But see, death is inevitable. Everybody falls under the hands of death. Kings, popes, children, women. Death is inevitable. And death also represents change, transformation. Transformation is inevitable at this point. They are struggling because their life that they currently know is ending as they know it. They don't want it to. They're fighting it. But yeah. They cannot continue the way they've been. They can try, but the more that they pull away from this Queen of Swords, the more miserable they'll be. Because before they used to invest in joy, right, in pleasure, but this was momentary. It's very much present, like fleeting. That's what it is. It's fleeting. This type of happiness and joy cannot be replaced. It's the sun. This is the happiness that comes in your heart. It's at your core, especially with the Six of Cups. This person has touched their inner child. their inner child is now fascinated with this person. And they're trying to face the other way, like, no. But with the Hanged Man, they're fighting a losing battle, really. That's what's happening. They're just fighting a losing battle. Clarify 7 of Wands. Well, now we know why. They're facing a goddamn Empress. Okay. Of course, of course, of course. Yes, that would make sense. No wonder. No wonder it's an apple. This is an apple. Because after all that effort they put into protecting themselves, into crafting a lifestyle that was just for them, they meet somebody they can't resist. And they're fighting it. Oh boy, they're fighting it. But it's like every day that passes, this just becomes this more luscious and delicious looking apple. Commitment seems not so bad, you know? It starts looking pretty good, actually, as long as it's with this one. So they're cautious, but they're still going to approach because I don't think that they can stay away. Clarify King of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. Eight of Cups, 6 of Wands. Oh, Lord. Yeah, this Empress doesn't really want anything to do with this person anymore. They're showing up setting boundaries, protecting themselves from this person, because this is somebody who, first of all, they're showing up as King and Queen of Swords, so she can match them. She's their intellectual match. But I feel like this King of Swords may be wealthy, and they're coming through with this energy of like, people want me for my money. And that is such a turn off to this queen, to this Empress, because an Empress would be somebody independent. They don't need anybody for their money. So when this person walked away, they allowed it, or they walked away, one of the two, because I'm feeling this really, oof. You know, that bro energy? That's what I'm feeling. Like this is like a gym bro, or this is like somebody who calls themselves an alpha, that type of bullshit. Like this is somebody who's always asking women, what do you bring to the table? That's why they're so arrogant. They feel like they're the shit. And they probably are in a lot of ways, but they're disconnected from their heart space because they don't want to fall in love. They don't want to be, they feel like that's tricking them into something. So they stay away from that. But they're fascinated because they've never met a woman that is their equal and actually surpasses them. Because if you notice, they're not an emperor. This is 3 kings while she's 4 queens. She can match them financially, she can match them intellectually, and she can match them in passion. But on top of all that, she also has an open heart. They're fascinated. But she's not. She's like, yeah, no, this would not be an equal connection. I'm good. Bye. Clarify 4 of Wands. But I think the fact that she doesn't want them just reinforces the idea that that's the one, because everybody else runs after them. Clarify 4 of Wands. Ooh. Wow. Talk about chaos. Hold on. Got the Devil. Look at this. Oh, wow. 4 of Wands with the Devil, 5 of Pentacles reversed, King of Cups reversed, and 7 of Wands. This is somebody who is in a very toxic energy, and they don't see themselves that way. They think that they're just great. They think that they do life amazingly well. They think that they're a top dog. But in reality, the reason that they avoid relationships is because they don't feel good enough. I'm telling you, this person has been hurt. They've been betrayed, but they also have hurt and betrayed others, okay? So don't sit here feeling sorry for them. Ultimately, it's coming from a place of being really wounded. They feel that who they are on the inside isn't good enough to be loved. They've been abandoned before. They've been hurt before. So they feel the only reason people follow me is because of my money. So it's this catch-22, because This is the same ideology that pisses me off when it comes to always talking about the man's role as a protector, a provider, but they really enhance the provider part. It means if you cannot financially provide for your woman, you're a loser. So men put themselves on this space of like, okay, I've got to provide. And they push themselves to build all this money. But then they're like, wait, but now they only come after me because of my money. They didn't want me before, because they forget to develop the other parts of their personality. They forget to develop emotional intelligence. They forget to develop their habits, their hobbies, their joy, their not just pleasure, but, things that bring them happiness. So they're not a well-rounded human. All they've got is a fat bank account. So they will, and then they talk about it because that's all they've got. So then they attract gold diggers. So it's this catch-22 where they want women that are gold diggers because they want these women that present themselves like looking for a zaddy. But then when they get those women, they keep getting hurt because these women don't want them. They want their money. And they don't want the women's heart. They want their bodies. So it's a transaction is really what it is. Because if they wanted a good woman, they wouldn't care what she looks like. It'd be the inside that they want. But this is somebody who's very superficial. Oh boy. So it's created this toxic loop where this person, more and more time passes. Remember, I said 7 to 10 years that they've been living this way. It just reinforces the idea that love is bullshit, that people just use you. But of course, they use people too. It's mutual. They don't feel good enough. Of course, this is subconscious. This person would not recognize this, but their heart chakra is closed. Their heart is closed. And so to see someone that has all of their attributes and traits, but also has an open heart is fascinating. But at the same time, they're like, I've got to protect myself from this bitch. See? 7 of Wands, 7 of Wands. Nope. That's risky because they know that around her, their heart would open like a flower. Clarify 6 of Cups. But that also means they're not an emperor because they're missing the last piece. The World, clarify 6 of Cups. Oh, yeah. I'm laughing because I'm thinking of the other collective. Those of you who are subscribed, you know why I'm laughing. You know why I'm laughing. We're not going to say it here. But with the Moon card, this feminine is so mysterious to them. Because this is somebody who's used to being very confident, very they're kind of this dominating energy, right? They have all this light, but she's the moon. She reflects them back to them. As in, things that they don't see about themselves, she will reflect it. She will show them what they're doing. And that's interesting to them because this is, I think, somebody who's very used to being the person playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. But with her, she can see exactly what they're doing. She's intuitive enough to see straight through what they're doing. That fascinates them. They don't know how she can do that. But with the World card, it's because she's meant to help them transform. She's meant to help them change and elevate. But it's a challenge. And this person, it's like this is a double whammy. They are both fascinated by someone that can challenge them and angry that someone is challenging them. Oh my God. Well. We already, in the other collective, we have a pretty good idea what's going to happen. If you want to know, make sure to sign up. And if you are a subscriber, do not say in the comments what's going to happen because this is spicy. We're going to leave it as a cliffhanger, okay? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that and I look forward to feedback on this one. Bye-bye.